Back here on HQ, it's been an exciting day for the Giants. I don't know how many opportunities we'll get a chance to say that, but two of their guys, some bigger names that are expected to be out there, and Malik Nabers and Skattebo returning to practice. For Malik Nabers, he had been dealing with what was being called a minor back issue. It was a hamstring injury for Skattebo, but good news there, both of those guys are back at practice. So we're getting a look at the CBS Sports Fantasy Football Consensus wide receiver PPR rankings. We see Malik Nabers in there coming in at number 5. Are my eyes correct, Jamey? Number 5? Okay.
I think so.
All right. Yeah. So we have our fantasy expert, Jamey Eisenberg, here to kind of break it down what all of this means. We did a mock draft together, and I took Malik Nabers. This was half PPR, I think in the 8th spot. But when it comes to Skattebo, Malik Nabers, what is the outlook? Exciting. How are you feeling about both of these guys?
Very different players, obviously.
Yeah.
Malik Nabers is on a stratosphere that we could be talking about, maybe the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy. You know, he's got that much upside, and I think watching Russell Wilson against the Jets and the long throw down the field, you can imagine if that was Malik Nabers, how fantasy managers would react. So it's not just the back injury. He's been dealing with a toe injury and a shoulder injury. So 3 separate issues that we're keeping an eye on here. But hopefully everything is fine. He's a first-round pick, like you said, top 5 wide receiver for me in my rankings. Skattebo is somebody that was in line to compete for the starting job and still might. But Tyrone Tracy's done such a great job so far in what we've seen in the 2 preseason games, and by all accounts should be the lead running back. So I think Skattebo just kind of slots in as that number 2 guy, a good late-round pick that could potentially have some opportunities as the season goes on. But for me, I'm still sticking with Tyrone Tracy as the number 1 running back option for the Giants right now.
Okay, and we can talk about this until we're blue in the face, Jamey, but the only way, Giants blue, there you go. The only way is to get in, do the mocks, and practice, right? So we have a mock draft going on. You are picking from the 6th slot here. This is full PPR.
Yep.
So you're just going to kind of walk us through your thought process and what you ultimately decide. So let's get to it.
So 6 is a fun spot to be in because you're sort of at the mercy of the draft. You know, you don't know what's going to happen in the first 5 picks in front of you, and as you see, it's going to go quickly. So the first picks that were off the board: Jamar Chase, Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb. So it's kind of, you know, just taking a lot of the top players off the board. And I'm going to go a little bit wacky here by, I guess, what Fantasy Pros has in terms of their overall top selections. I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey. You know, I think he's just in line for...
You love that pick for the first round.
I am looking for the best possible player. And Christian McCaffrey, by all accounts, he's healthy. By all accounts, he's going to be fine. And the funny thing is, he's good to go. Everybody behind him, Isaac Guerrero, Jordan James, all the backup running backs, they're the ones that are injured right now. So McCaffrey, when he's right, he can be the best player in fantasy.
Okay. Are we still going? You're back up.
We're back up. Yeah, it goes quick. It goes quick.
So you're already back.
Here's the top players that are available. If we can scroll, just show me the wide receivers if we can. So we got Brock Bowers, one of the top tight ends. The running backs are there. So a lot of wide receivers went off the board. You know, I'm not going to panic. Even though it is PPR, you want to take running backs at a little bit of, wide receivers at a little bit of a higher spot. I'm going to go back to the running backs, and I saw Josh Jacobs. Now, on CBSSports.com, we have our average draft position. Josh Jacobs is a round 1 pick. For me, he's a round 2 pick, but I think there's so much upside for him because Marshawn Lloyd, the backup running back there in Green Bay, is banged up. I think Jacobs is going to get as much opportunity to touch the ball as we saw last year, and he was fantastic. So I'm going to go running back. Again, a little bit different, but I like this opportunity to sort of build my team that way.
Yeah, so you have CMC, you have Jacobs. Are you going to take a wide receiver?
We got to take one at some point. So let's look at the wide receivers. And this fell perfectly because now we're looking at 2 guys in terms of JSN and T. Higgins. They have them as wide receiver 12 and wide receiver 14. This is wide receiver 11 and wide receiver 12 for me. So I'm going to go T. Higgins. I know there's some questions about his injury track record and can he hold up over the course of a full season. But this defense, as we saw once again Monday night, looks awful. It's going to be the Joe Burrow show. It's going to be the Jamar Chase show. It's going to be the T. Higgins show. So I love the setup for T. Higgins. Once again, going to be an absolute superstar.
Okay, so you go running back, wide receiver. What do you do next?
So now we're looking at 2 old wide receivers here as 2 of my top players on the board, and I don't mind it right now. Usually I'm an ageist, you know, which is surprising for somebody at my advanced age as well. But a 32-year-old Mike Evans and a 32 Devontae Adams. Mike Evans, it just continues to look better for him. Now, unfortunately, because of injuries to the Tampa Bay receiving corps, you got Chris Godwin, who might open the season on the PUP list, and now Jalen McMillan, unfortunately, dealing with this neck injury. It's going to be Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka. And I think Baker Mayfield, as we saw at the end of last year, it was Evans. Give me Mike Evans in this spot.
Yeah, you know they're going to want him to break that, 1,000-yard receiving record. So especially down the stretch there, if he is healthy, they're going to keep on feeding him the ball. We're going to keep going.
It goes fast.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
rapid fire. That's the best part about this. So
So we are in round 5.
Yep.
So I feel like a little too soon to take a quarterback for me personally, but how are you approaching it?
We're on the same page. Okay. I like that. We're in a good spot. So let's look at the wide receivers here. We got Devontae Smith at the top. He's dealing with a little bit of groin injury as we found out in practice day. Oh, this is falling perfectly. Love Teteroa McMillan. Don't pick him yet. I want to see the running back.
Okay.
So don't jump the gun, production. Let's just see what's going on with the running backs here. I did see DeAndre Swift. I like that. Oh,
you like
boy.
R.J. Harvey. That's your guy.
Oh, my goodness. We're testing my rookie faith here and which rookie player should go first. You know what? I'm going to go with the running back. I think R.J. Harvey's in such an amazing spot. We love the Denver offense. We love the offensive line. We love the coach and Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And now to get these 3 running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, R.J. Harvey. I'm taking R.J. Harvey in round 4 at this point. So to get him in round 5, to me, that's a steal. All right, let's see what came back to us in round 6 in terms of the receivers. I'm sure our guy
Maybe I was going to say T-Mac, maybe he'll be there.
Yeah, I like these running backs here. Isaiah Pacheco's good. You know what? There's 2 wide receivers that just popped up on the board that I like a lot. One, again, don't pick them yet. One, Jalen Waddle, because we know Devon Achane dealing with a calf injury right now, and also Tyreek Hill dealing with an oblique injury.
Right.
And we got the old man, Joe Flacco, as the starter for the Cleveland Browns. So Jerry Jeudy has been awesome when it's been good quarterback play. And what I mean by that is just someone that's going to give him an opportunity to go make plays. I'm going to go Jalen Waddle slightly over Jerry Jeudy. I do like Jeudy, but I think Waddle has a chance to have a big bounce-back season. Both Miami pass catchers in terms of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle should bounce back. And there is a good chance that Jerry Jeudy comes back to us in round 7. Let's see.
All right, so you had Mike Evans, R.J. Harvey, Jalen Waddle. So now what are we doing with this next pick here? We're starting to see some quarterbacks go. Bo Nix just went before you.
Bo Nix did go before us, but we love this as fantasy managers, Jacqueline. When you say, I'm deciding between 2 players, and you take one in one round, and then it comes back the next round, and then look who's staring at us.
Never happens for me.
Look who's staring at us right now. There's Jerry Jeudy.
It's your guy.
This is awesome. Now, I am torn a little bit between Jeudy and Pearsall. I know if this was us making the decision collectively as Gators, we would have taken Ricky Pearsall.
He's emerging as wide receiver 1. That is what I'm seeing in all of my deep internet sleuthing for the 49ers.
But you know what, though? Let's see if we get lucky, and maybe Ricky Pearsall comes back to us. Let's go Jerry Jeudy in this spot, though. I like, again, very good setup right now. Our receiving core is looking good for starting running back.
All right. So now, okay, this is not as fast as I thought it would be.
Oh, no! Right before us.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
See, it worked out well with Waddle and Jeudy, and then it works out the other way.
Can't always get what you want.
Can't always get what you want. That's right. All right, let's take a look at the quarterback. So we see Dak Prescott's on the board. Let's see who else is available. I think, did I see Kyler Murray? No, so we got Justin Fields. We got Drake May. I do like Drake May a lot. Prescott's there, so some good options at quarterback. Let's see who's at tight end. I don't know if we want to go all in on the Browns. I did see David Njoku on the board. Do
you feel like 8 is a little bit too early to be taking a tight end?
No, this is a good spot for these guys. So you tell me that Njoku and Ingram and Kraft are on the board. Tyler Warren's going to look great, I think, with Daniel Jones. So we're going to wait on that position as well. Let's go back to the running backs and wide receivers here. Let's see who's available. Maybe there could be a steal here. I do like
ETN. You're not all sold on him.
I know you're a Jaguars fan,
I am.
but I'm not sold on ETN versus Tank Bigsby versus the value comparatively to both. I do like Jordan Mason and Zach Charbonnet in this spot, but let's see the wide receivers as well, since we did go kind of heavy at the running back position. So we have Chris Godwin, Juwan Jennings, Jordan Addison. Let's go back to the tight end, and let's just take David Njoku. Call it a Browns build here.
Okay.
Listen, Joe Flacco, David Njoku, 2023 season. I forgot we're on the clock. We got to make sure we keep up on that.
Yeah.
But the way that those 2 guys connected was awesome. So we do have a lot of a Browns flavor with this team, and it's not going to be a bad thing if Joe Flacco starts the majority of the season.
Give yourself a grade, like within 5 seconds.
Oh, A+ at this
A+.
point. Yeah, we're flying. We're doing great.
Awesome.
All right, so we got Dak Prescott, not a bad quarterback option here. I do like Zach Charbonnet in this spot because we got Ken Walker dealing with a foot injury back and forth. Jordan Mason's a good spot. Let's go with Zach Charbonnet and just kind of pull the trigger and see how this plays itself out. We have to keep an eye on the new guy that everybody's excited about, Bill.
Okay.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, the new running back potentially in Washington. It's going to be a steal if we can find him in the right spot here. So let's see how this plays itself out as well. All right, so Dak Prescott's still on the board. Let's see the other quarterbacks. Dak's, I think, in a good situation with a healthy CeeDee Lamb, the addition of George Pickens. You know what? Let's just call it. Get Dak Prescott, go Cowboys. Going to be a lot of volume in the passing game. I don't think we're going to see a lot of running from the Cowboys that we're going to like. So I like Dak Prescott in this spot as well.
Okay, yeah. Through 10 picks, where we were like, you were grading A+. So we're going to try to keep it A+ momentum. But we have our quarterback in Dak Prescott. We have Charbonnet and Njoku, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, R.J. Harvey, Mike Evans. So now we're on the clock again, 55 seconds. What do you do here for round 11?
We're good at quarterback. We're good at wide receiver. I'm sorry, we're good at tight end. I do like Tank Bigsby in this spot. Let's see what the other wide receivers are as well, because we got to sort of build that out. I don't think we want to go all in on the Browns. Scroll down a little bit just to see what else we have here besides going Cedric Tillman. Maybe our guy Demario Douglas could still be available. I like that if he's around as well. But you know what? Let's just go with A Jaguar. Make you happy.
Okay, perfect.
Tank Bigsby.
But what about Bashal Tootin? That's later.
Listen, I do like Bashal Tootin. I think it's going to be one of these situations where if you talk to Pete Prisco, he thinks by the middle of the season it could be Tootin taking over. And obviously we know Pete knows a lot about the Jaguars. But I do think Tank Bigsby's getting an opportunity to start off the season and hopefully gets off the season with a good start. He's a good reserve running back for us on this team.
All right, so we took Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby.
That's right. Okay, and now we're back.
Let's go back to the wide receivers here. Let's see what we got. We got to get another reserve in this spot. Let's scroll down. Let's see if our guy Demario Douglas is still available. Like him potentially as the slot receiver. Yep, let's go Demario Douglas. Just an easy slot receiver. We like cheat codes in PPR. Guys that are going to be not a lot of touchdowns, but could be around 100 catches. And Stephon Diggs is in one spot, and we know Josh McDaniels, Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola.
We know how that worked out.
Now maybe Demario Douglas could be really good for him. All right, let's see if our guy is available. Let's go to the running backs. We're going to have to scroll for him. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Let's see if he's on the board. Maybe nobody took Bill. He's getting a lot of hype. Could be the trade for Brian Robinson, could open the door for our guy here. So we'll have to do a little searching.
I'm not seeing your guy.
This is the trusting Noah to do a search. It's Ja'Cory, J-A-C.
There we go. Oh, he's been off the board.
Listen, he was taken. That's understandable. He's getting a lot of buzz right now. So let's go back to the wide receivers and the running backs. We got to make a decision here in 20 seconds.
We got 25 seconds to go.
So you know what? Let's do the smart thing. We took Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Let's handcuff him. Let's take Isaac Guerrero. We always want to make sure when you have a San Francisco running back, and this year it's Guerrero as the backup to McCaffrey. We saw what happened last year. Jordan Mason, Isaac Guerrero, they were great. If something happens to McCaffrey again, let's hope that's not the case, then Guerrero steps in and could be very, very good for our team. Oh, I forgot we do a kicker and a defense.
We have a Niners insurance policy there.
How many rounds does this go? Only 5? Oh, so we got to get a kicker and a defense. All right, so let's just take the number 1 kicker here, Brandon Aubrey.
Easy.
No problems there. I'm never opposed to taking a kicker before the defense. Most people like to go defense before kicker.
Okay.
You know what? Those go with Brandon Aubrey. Now we got to go to defense. And let's see what's available to us here. I'm sure the Broncos are gone. We got the Chiefs. Let's scroll up a little bit.
Lions.
You know what? Let's just go with the best Week 1 matchup. Noah, you know where I'm going. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Who's got the best matchup in Week 1? The Arizona Cardinals taking on the New Orleans Saints. We don't know if it's going to be Tyler Shuck. We don't know if it's going to be Spencer Rattler. It's going to be good for your fantasy roster. Go with the best matchup in Week 1, the Arizona Cardinals. Don't love their defense long term, but I like them in Week 1. We always want to stack those points early in the season.
Okay, so we officially have your team through the midway point. You gave it an A+, but they're giving you a B+ overall.
They don't know the sleepers that we're targeting.
Okay.
And listen, a lot of people don't like the Browns. I like the Browns, especially the guys that we got.
So this is a perfect example of why you can't trust like the computers or anything like that, because it's Jamey Eisenberg and the crew that know all of the sleepers and are going to help you win your fantasy league. Jamey, we appreciate it. I'll keep you updated on when my personal fantasy draft is. You know I will, and I will ask you 1,000 questions. In the meantime, make sure you check out the Fantasy Football Today podcast. Jamey, what can we look forward to?
Today we had our injury expert on, so talking about Malik Nabers and his health, talking about Christian McCaffrey and just, is he going to stay healthy all season? Obviously, Devon Achane's a big story right now with his calf injury, so check that out if you want to get some of those injury insights, and obviously reacting to the Daniel Jones news as the new starting quarterback for the Colts.
All right, watch right now by scanning that QR code on your screen.